He was a great kid growing up. He was a kid who always welcomed a newcomer into any group that he was in.
Yeah.
And people told us that and said it was Andy who, all through his life. His nickname in the Air Force was Laugher, and that's how he went through life. He always was. He was a joyful kid. He had fun, the right kind of fun. He just enjoyed life and being with people. Well, originally Air Force was going to be his way to get into an astronaut program. That's what he decided early on in high school. He was going to be an astronaut. He wanted to go out in space. He wanted to explore, and back then probably the most likely way to do that would be in the Air Force, and that was fine. And then 9/11/01 happened about a week or so after he started his senior year in high school. And just a couple of weeks later, we sat down for dinner, and he says, well, I've changed my mind. I'm going to the Air Force, but I'm going to be a pilot, and I'm going to join the fight, because this country's now at war, and I'm going to help protect us and our country and our way of life here.
On the evening of March 14th, earlier this year, Andy was in charge of a flight training mission near his base in Clovis, New Mexico. For unknown reasons, his aircraft was involved in an unrecoverable event, and it crashed during a landing approach, killing Andy and the two other air commandos, both of whom were on board. We are here today to pay tribute to one of Novi's own, a cherished husband, son, brother, uncle, nephew, cousin, comrade, friend, one who gave all for our country, Major Andrew Becker.
Andy was the pilot that everyone wanted to fly with and the instructor that every pilot wanted to be. He was one of the most intellectual people that I have met, and he forced me to ensure that I knew what I was talking about prior to every flight I had with him. He had the ability to instruct at every level, ensuring that everyone that he flew with left the flight having learned something new. He was our lead pilot and our go-to expert on everything related to the U-28. Andy loved to fly and answer our nation's call. Major Becker was the epitome of a servant leader. He always led from the front and loved to see those around him excel. He loved serving his nation. He was one of the most genuine, intellectual, and sincere people that I've had the pleasure of knowing and working with. Mayor Gatt, thank you for enabling the creation of this memorial that will serve as a reminder of what it means to pay the ultimate sacrifice. This is a place where people can stop, contemplate, and be reminded of their hometown hero who served honorably, all the while keeping God, country, and family close to his heart.
The thing that kind of gets me through is that I know I'll see him again, because he believed in God, he believed in Jesus, and he's still alive. He's just not alive here on earth. So we're going to be together as a family. That's probably the one thing that gets me from day to day.
It seems to me that service people who spend time away from home, especially in combat, sacrifice time more than anything. Andy sacrificed time because he couldn't be with us for Christmases. He sacrificed time. He wasn't here for family weddings and funerals and birthdays and birthdays of nephews and nieces and family members and things, and wanted to be, but couldn't. That was part of his sacrifice. And then in March, he sacrificed all of his time. When we talk about how we honor military people and veterans, we can do what they did. They sacrificed their time, and I think if all of us were to sacrifice just a little bit of our time in the same way, Andy was fighting a war. We can take some of our time and fight injustice and oppression. We can take some of our time and talent and treasure and and reach out to those in need. Make the world a better place. Help people around the corner, around the world, and invest our time just as men and women in the military invest theirs for us. And I think that if we were to all do that, just little bits, we don't have to go into the military. Just takes some of our time. If we all do it together, then I think we repay the debt many times over. And we can make this nation worthy of their sacrifice.